yeah, pipe smokers. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, March 28th, 2024. I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. We got another pipe in that we're going to doll up and make look sweet again. And this time, when I was saying, and I've said so many times, you've got an old pipe. You wish you knew who the owner was, what they did for a living, their history. So you wish this pipe could talk. Well, we have just that here. I happened to, before I show you the pipe, I had to, well, I'll show you. It's in this case. And I asked the owner, I said, because he had mentioned that it was his father's pipe, and I said, could he give me any information, history about your father, and how it relates to this pipe and so forth. And so I copied over an email, and it says, my father, and I'm not going to mention the name, was born in 1919. He was a World War II vet, fought in 5 major campaigns. First U.S. Army, the big red one. Those guys went through some stuff. He became a psychologist after the war because of all the things he saw and experienced. He was a state official in Texas for 18 years, director of the Texas Youth Council, 1952 to 1970. I'm fairly sure he would have bought this pipe new. I hope this helps. I ask the same kind of stuff when I'm buying bayonets and other war memorabilia. The history is so important to me. Thanks. And he lists his name, which I'm not going to repeat. So, what do we have in here? We have, this looks like a leather case, but it's actually one of the earliest forms of imitation leather. And it's a hard shell case with brass hardware, brass hinges, and the imitation leather, I'm pretty sure it's imitation leather. I really looked at it and inspected it pretty closely. Doesn't say genuine leather on it anywhere. But the first imitation leather, what this probably is called Prestoff. Presstoff, which was developed in the 19th century in Germany. And this pipe actually has Austrian briar, and it is a Kaywoodie. Let's see, it's a Kaywoodie relief grain pipe. Case is genuine Märchen amber, Austria. Whatever that means for somebody. So it's got a little button on the bottom you push. And it says on it, and here we go. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. There's no way this guy who was in World War II and a psychologist is going to buy a used pipe. He bought this new. I'll guarantee it. And there we go. Now, I could kind of touch up the case and stuff like that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just like it is. And what do we have here for a pipe? Oh, yeah, look at that. And I already did check. It's a Kaywoodie bowl number 22. It is. It has a 3-hole stinger system, which a lot of the real old guys, they lopped them off right there, took them out in their garage and sawed them off with a hacksaw, because it has a 3-hole stinger, which cuts down on the draw a little bit. I won't really get into it that much, but it's definitely needs to be cleaned. There's absolutely no teeth chatter or anything on the stem. Inside the bowl, oh gosh, this guy must have loved this pipe, but this guy didn't scrape it out. There is a ton of carbon buildup in there. There's got to be almost 1/4 of an inch. I can't even fit my pinky in that. And it's a meerschaum pipe. You can see here's a little bit of the carbon that's been chipped off up here, which kind of shows the meerschaum. And yeah, oh, this pipe's gonna need a good cleaning, but in excellent, excellent, excellent shape. So let's work some of our magic and see what we can do, and then we're gonna smoke it. I'll be right back in a nanosecond after I spend some time on this wonderful pipe. Yeah, and it does have just a little bit of the classic Kaywoodie overturn. Not bad, not bad. You can see it's kind of turned over. Let's see what we can do to doll her up and make her look beauty. I promised the seller that I would send after pictures of when I'm done cleaning her up. So, and I will do that. We'll be right back. Alrighty, pipe smokers, so we're back, and here she is in all her glory. What I did is there was a lot of carbon buildup in this, so I did ream it out. And I know that looks terrible and it looks like there's chunks out of it, but there's not. That's the meerschaum that you can see, and I didn't want to really scrape on it too much more. I got all the carbon out of it, and what'll happen is just through smoking it, it'll even that color out. This gentleman, surprisingly, by the condition of the amount of carbon buildup, actually kept his pipe really clean. I mean, I used Everclear, all right, and let it soak inside of the pipe for a while, moved it back and forth a bunch of times. It didn't come out bad. And, you know, the stem and everything didn't come out bad. I mean, I could take one of the pipes that I cleaned and use Everclear, and it would probably be dirtier than this. The only thing I did notice is you see the hole that goes through both sides on that's called a stinger. All right, those were about halfway plugged up along with the top, because it goes down through this and then out these, down through the condenser, in through this hole, and then down through the mouthpiece into your mouth. So pretty easy cleanup. It took me about 10 minutes, really. I ended up with a bunch of charcoal. Well, let's let I know that looks bad, but it's not. So we'll do a couple of real full bowls, and that'll just blend right in. All in all, for 20 bucks, and to get the history on the pipe, you know, can't beat it. Nice case. 20 bucks. All right, so you eBay hunters. They wanted $30 for this, and I made them an offer of 20. They took it. All in all, I'm into this pipe with shipping and tax for $27.54. I'll take that all day. One thing I can tell you as far as the date, it is a 3-hole stinger, and it is a bowl number 22, which tells me that this is post 1938. So I'm guessing this is probably from the 50s, 60s, somewhere in that era. Yeah, something this man probably enjoyed every day. Being a psychologist, I can picture him sitting there with a person on the couch and, so, tell me about your life. Let's set it on fire. Let's fill it up with something. We'll be right back in a nanosecond. All right, so we're back. And so here's to you, Mr. Turman. That's his name. Yep. Yeah, Turman. I think. Let me see. Yeah. Mr. Turman. Here's to you, Mr. Turman. Thank you for your service to our country during World War II. Serving 5 campaigns with the big red one is a big deal. And being that he was born in 1919, that's 105 years ago. He probably would have went and read it in 1941 when he was 22. I'm guessing. Let's set it on fire. So we got some Officers Club. A salute to you, Mr. Turman. Mm-hmm. Oh, she smokes great. It's good to know the history behind the pipe. It's good to know the man that owned the pipe. You know, back in those days, in the 30s and 40s and 50s, when people went out to buy a pipe, they bought a brand new pipe. They weren't buying vintage pipes because those vintage pipes weren't vintage yet. Yeah, I like this. It's a medium to small bowl. Oh yeah, that Officers Club tastes great in it. She's already starting to darken down a little around the outside. It'll be all good. So anyways, there we go. That's our Kaywoodie bowl number 22. Yeah, she came out beautiful. This guy, he kept the stem impeccable. Well, those people of that era learned to take care of things. This gentleman definitely took good care of his pipe. And it looks, you know, by the case that it was probably well traveled with him. Anyways, Mr. Turman, God bless you. We'll be back in a nanosecond. I want to start that Stanwell pipe on fire again. All right, so we're back. So I think what we're going to do is end the video, and I'm going to send this to the son of the owner of this beautiful piece of history, this beautiful Kaywoodie pipe. I'm going to send the video to him. I was going to send him pictures, but here we go. I'm Paul Gilson. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure dealing with you. Yeah. Pipe's got a good home. Yeah.